Hi guys, Tito here. Kind of dark. Lighter. Awesome. Okay guys, what's up? So yesterday, February 14th, my birthday, I saw Black Panther with a couple of friends of mine, Dima and Stella. They're both beauty vloggers. I'll leave a link to their channel down below, or their channels down below. And yesterday was also the birthday of one of the stars of the movie, Denny Guerrera, who played General Okoye. Awesome performance, awesome actress. It was her birthday yesterday as well. Anyway, so we saw it. The cinema was packed, advanced screening. The movie actually comes out for real on Friday the 16th. So this review is going to be filled with spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, I suggest that you save this video in your watch later folder so that I can come back to it and we can talk about it and you can agree with me or argue with me about what I'm about to say in this video. But for the rest of you who have seen it, let's talk. So Black Panther. Some of you would have seen my other video, 9 reasons why black people are hyped about Black Panther. That was fun, and I think everything I said there was accurate. Most of it anyway. Almost all of it, I'd say. As you know, I was very excited about. Just give me a second. There we go. I was very excited about Black Panther for several reasons, and as you could tell, and I saw it yesterday, and I was like, should I do a review? Shouldn't I do a review? First things first, it wasn't what I expected. It wasn't as... I wasn't blown away. It was a good movie, don't get me wrong. Black Panther was a good movie, it was awesome, but I went into that movie like I do with many other superhero movies, expecting so much more. Because I'm a fanboy, because I've read the comics, because I write and watch these movies in my mind from my own perspective before I actually go and see the real thing, and they don't live up to what I've created in my mind. I really need to stop doing that. It's a bad habit. Like I said, good movie, but a lot of the things I was hoping to see because of my crazy imagination, I didn't see them. But it was a good movie at the end of the day. I went in expecting it to be like an 8 over 10, ended up being like a 6 or a 6.5 over 10 for me. Yeah, because Stella and Dima, who I saw it with, they were bouncing off the walls. They loved it. It was awesome. And but me, I was just there like, it was okay. But it was okay. That's me anyway. And I'm a bit of a harsh critic. So let's talk about the actual movie. Let's start by talking about Wakanda. I went in really... Let me just check. Oh yeah. Just make sure I'm looking good. Okay, so I went in really hoping to see a lot of the nation of Wakanda. And they showed us Wakanda, but I was hoping to see a lot more of it, to see the people, to see the towns. They showed a little bit, but not enough. A lot of the movie was centered in the palace, or Black Panther's headquarters, which was some massive structure, like on the outskirts of Wakanda. That was awesome, but I was hoping to see more. You know how when you watch Game of Thrones, they show you these amazing vistas of, Dorne and King's Landing and Winterfell and the Wall and everything. I was expecting to see like amazing landscapes and wide shots, but I didn't get so much of that. It really did look like Africa though, and kudos to them for a movie that I don't think they shot a single frame in Africa. It really looked like Africa, so good on them on that one. But I personally I wasn't satisfied in terms of the Wakandan element of it. I felt like I didn't see a lot of Wakanda. That's Wakanda on one end. Let's talk about the storyline. I think there were 2 fundamental storylines in the movie. There was a storyline of T'Challa being sworn into power after the death of his father in Captain America Civil War. So he's adjusting, he's conflicted, he doesn't know if he's up to the task, and all that, and people are challenging him and saying, are you sure you're the man for the job? So there's that underlining storyline. And then there's the storyline of Eric Killmonger, who ends up, I really don't want to say this, spoilers, if you haven't watched the movie, stop watching it now. Eric Killmonger, who ends up, who we find out is actually his cousin, comes to challenge him for the throne of Wakanda and succeeds at one point. So so there's that element. So there's Killmonger and him trying to fit in, trying to find his roots, because he was in America initially. His mom was American and his father is Wakandan, so he's come back to Wakanda to get his chance at the throne essentially. So there are those 2 real those two storylines, underlining storylines that they were cool. I didn't see it coming, so that was awesome. What else? The performances. Now this is where I really had some issues. Lupita was alright. Chadwick as T'Challa. Now in Captain America Civil War, we saw a very confident, very bold King T'Challa. I mean, for goodness sake, this guy was giving Bucky and i.e. the Winter Soldier and Captain America a run for their money in Civil War. He was confident, he was strong, he was taking on most of the Avengers. It was awesome. So to see him now in Black Panther, his own movie, I was expecting that level of confidence and power and all that good stuff, but he seemed to be a bit toned down in his own movie, which was weird. I didn't get the powerful Black Panther. Well, fair enough. In Civil War, he was vexed. Someone had killed his dad. He was out for blood. In this movie, he was a bit more laid back. I wish I had seen more of that badass Black Panther in his own actual movie. Eric Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan's performance. It was okay. It was okay. I wasn't blown away. I would have liked it if he was more of a badass, more out for blood, more like a bad guy. If he was just nasty, just such a bad. I mean, he did some really nasty things in the movie, one or two, but from the dialogue, from his body language, I didn't get the stone cold killer, I will do anything to get this throne vibe. I didn't get that. It could have been better. I don't know. This is me, because I'm sure if you ask other people, they'd beg to differ. Still on performances, Forest Whitaker. Let's talk about Forest Whitaker for a change. This is, I think, in the cast, the only person who prior to now had done like a serious African role, from Last King of Scotland, where he won an Oscar for it. I wasn't very convinced by his African accent and his Africanness in that movie back then, and even in this one was even worse. I don't know. I felt like anyone could have done what Forest Whitaker did in Black Panther. There was nothing extraordinary about what he did. His African accent was very unconvincing, very poor if you ask me, and like I said, this is somebody who, in all the cast, he's someone who had played an African previously in previous years in The Last King of Scotland, and he comes on to this movie and he's in this movie right now, and his African accent is the worst and his performance is the worst in my opinion. Now this got me thinking more about Forest Whitaker and how I feel about him. I'm not a big Forest Whitaker fan. I mean, he was alright in Rogue One in 2016. That's because they gave him a lot of character development and there's a lot of CGI and, you know, makeup and whatnot in that movie, so it was good. But typically I'm not a big fan of Forest Whitaker. I was thinking to myself, why am I not a fan of Forest Whitaker? First of all, his roles, I mean, name one Forest Whitaker movie that you saw and you said only Forest Whitaker could have played this role, that it was meant for him. No one else could have done it the way he did. I dare you to name a movie. So there's that on one end. On another end, when Forest Whitaker won the Oscar for Last King of Scotland, I think Leonardo DiCaprio was also up that year for Blood Diamonds, and I loved Blood Diamonds and I loved DiCaprio's performance as always, and I wanted him to win the Oscar that year. He lost to Forest Whitaker. So from that year, from then on, I've had a problem with Forest Whitaker because he robbed DiCaprio of his Oscar. DiCaprio has since won an Oscar for Revenant, yay. But that year, I think DiCaprio should have won. I think it was that year for that or DiCaprio in Departed. Either way, Forest Whitaker robbed DiCaprio that year. And ever since, Whitaker and I have had beef. So, but aside from that, I wasn't feeling him in Black Panther, I'm sorry. Moving on, Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett was alright. Then, you know, once again, balance. They couldn't have given her too much to do. If not, I think it would have taken away from the other key characters. She was okay. Would have liked to have seen more of Angela Bassett. Fine. It was, you know, it was average. It was cool. There we go. Looking good. Now, moving on. Okoye. Denny Gurira's performance. My favorite performance in the movie. Very African, very authentic. Full of emotion. I could tell even from the trailers. She played, I don't know if the Dora Milaje is Dora Milaje. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I don't know if they're the king's personal security detail or they are Wakanda's defense corps or army. Maybe it's even both. Anyway, she heads that unit, the Dora Milaje, and she was a general, and she's very passionate about Wakanda and protecting the throne. Rightly so. Great performance, very emotional, very strong. I loved it. She was my favorite character in the movie. While I'm on it, did anyone else notice the scene where Okoye and Lupita's character Nakia are talking, you know, when Killmonger ascends the throne, and Nakia is telling Okoye to join them as they flee, as they go on exile, and she's like, she can't. Anyone else notice what was going on with Okoye's suit then? Like, did you notice, like, Okoye looked like she was smuggling peanuts under her shirt? Like, it was really, really cold in that room. I was kind of put off. As in, because this movie, kids see this movie. I can't remember what the age rating on, you know, Black Panther is. Probably 16 or 13. But I mean, these Marvel movies, children tend to see them. And what I saw was a bit disturbing. It looked like adult stuff. I don't want to say it in this video because I don't want YouTube to flag this video, but it looked like the room was freaking cold. I mean, the suit that, you know, the Dora Milaje wear, it's a bodysuit, but it's not like a skin tight like cat suit bodysuit. It looks like armor, so you can wear stuff underneath it. So why we were saying things, I do not understand. Why? Did anyone else see it? Was it just me? I mean, I saw the movie with two young ladies. I couldn't tell them and be like, guys, can you see what I'm saying? I didn't want to, because there were women with me. I didn't want to be inappropriate. But I know if I was seeing that movie with dudes, I'd be like, dude, are you a guy? I'd be like, yeah, I'm way ahead of you. I see it. I mean, kids see this movie, and the Marvel people, the editors, they cannot tell me they did not see what I saw. Anyway, something else that I saw and I didn't like and I thought was inappropriate was when Shuri, you know, gave her brother the finger. I mean, foul language and cursing, and I don't know, the finger. Kids see these movies. Yes, they know what they are, or they know what these words are, and they probably use them when they're amongst themselves, out of the sight of adults. But I don't think we should encourage them by showing these things in big screen movies. Showing the finger in the movie, I don't think was a good look. So there are two things I didn't like about the movie. Talked about the performances, talked about Wakanda, talked about the story, talked about what I didn't like. What did I like? I liked seeing Africa. Africa looked really good in the movie. I liked, they infused a lot of African cultures, and there was a lot of Nigeria in that movie. My goodness, I'm from Nigeria, I'm in Nigeria. The movie pretty much starts off in Nigeria. They borrowed a few things from Nigeria, let's just say it, and we were at the edge of our seats at some points, like, okay, where are they going with this, where are they going with this, where are they going with this? And yeah, so that was interesting. But there was a lot from different African cultures in there. Wow moments. Okay, when the rhinos came out, that was a wow moment. The moments of humor, those were wow moments. The car chase in, was it Singapore or somewhere in Asia? Those were cool. Those were cool moments. Moving on from that, the post-credit scenes. The post-credit scenes were okay. I mean, post-credit scenes these days in Marvel movies don't really blow you away anymore. They were alright. It was nice to see Bucky, you know, coming out of the tent and getting ready. Essentially, that scene is just getting us ready for Infinity War. But yeah, what's up? Bucky was in a freezer when they ended Civil War. Why was he coming out of a tent at the end of Black Panther? What's up with that? The suit. I think I'll end it on this note. The suit. When I saw the trailer, seeing how he could just, you know, by willpower wear the suit and remove the helmet and wear it back, I was curious about how that would work and the technology behind it. They kind of explained it. It's advanced technology, it's Wakanda, it's, you know, vibranium. So they kind of explained it. It seems very far-fetched though, but I'm alright kind of with the explanation behind how he can just, by thinking it, he can wear the suit or remove the suit or aspects of the suit. It was cool. Let me leave it at that. Stan Lee's cameo. Stan Lee's cameo was cool. You know, Stan Lee's getting so old, and I appreciate seeing him in these movies whenever he pops up on the screen. He's in his 90s now, jeez, and he was ill, but he's back to good health now. Stanley, we love you. Stay healthy. Live forever. So guys, that's my review of Black Panther. Very scattered review, but I felt like I had to do one. I didn't want to do a review, to be honest, but you know, the way things are with these movies, when I see these movies, especially when I make a lot of noise about them on social media, if I now don't say anything about them or do a review, my friends get in touch and like, it sucked, right? You didn't say anything about it after you saw it. That means it sucked. Because they know if I see a movie and it's awesome, I will rave about it. So I just said that, you know, let me come on here and do a review so that people know where I stand on the movie. It's a great movie, like I said. I just wasn't blown away. I'm moving on to the next, which is Infinity War and, you know, Ant-Man and the Wasp and all the other awesome movies coming out in 2018. So guys, once you see it, if you've seen it, let me know what you think about it. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about, what you thought about the performances, about the story, about what the future holds for the Black Panther franchise, what you think is going to happen in Infinity War, all that good stuff. Leave me some comments in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about this impromptu outfit for Wakanda. Only for Wakanda. I wouldn't be seen dead in this kind of get-up. This isn't a get-up, it's a hat and a piece of fabric. Let me know what you guys think all the same, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.